If your kid or loved one recently said that in the new year they're going to start their YouTube side hustle, well, here are some holiday gift ideas to get them started. Let's go. The industrial strength bongo ties is one of those items where you don't realize you need them until you need them. They're extremely useful in many situations. You can use them to tidy up cables around the area, or in my case, I've been known to affix random objects to my tripod, my light stands in a very quick pinch. They're not that expensive either, and you get about 50 of them for this price, so stock their stocking stuffers with this one for sure. A collapsible gray card is very handy. It essentially allows them to tell the camera what the lighting situation is like so that their colors look as natural as possible. This little small rig tool set essentially has Allen keys, Torx, Phillips, flathead. These are all the major tools that most filmmakers or content creators are going to need, especially if they're on the go. So instead of carrying around multiple tool sets, you can just have one and you're good to go. The collapsible 5-in-1 reflector is a very handy tool, especially if you only have one light to work with. It essentially can turn one light into two lights by bouncing it around, or you can cut away some light if you don't want it to hit certain areas. And the inside has a diffusion layer, so if you're trying to get those really nice soft skin looking portraits, you can shoot light through that and get a similar effect. If they're recording content into a camera, chances are they're going to need some SD cards. These Lexar V60 class SD cards are perfect for 4K 24 frames a second, 30 frames a second, even up to 60 frames a second, depending on how they're shooting. Essentially, you don't have to go much higher than this card. For general content creation, this card is more than enough. This 100-watt USB power charger made by Anker is something that most content creators are gonna want to have, because a lot of things are being charged with USB-C these days, even up to the point where your cameras can operate off of it. So having this very powerful block is going to allow them to charge their batteries very quickly, their wireless audio, and in some cases, even allow their cameras just to run indefinitely so that they don't have to keep swapping out batteries. As they start recording more videos, they're going to need a fast SSD to store it as well as work off of it. This Samsung T7 is perfect. It's about the size of a credit card, just a little bit thicker, and because there's no moving parts inside, you can shake it about, toss it into a bag without worrying that they're going to lose their videos. If they have to travel to clients and need to bring their gear with them, you're going to want to take a look at the Pelican 1510 case. It's got dolly wheels on it, it's got a pull handle, crush-proof, waterproof. It's perfect to protect all their sensitive gear as they're traveling. Not only that, if for some reason they need to fly with their gear, this is TSA approved for carry-on, so you're covered there. If their YouTube side hustle is going to take them outdoors more often than they are cooped up inside, you might want to consider a variable ND filter, specifically this one made by Nisi. What a variable ND does is the sun is extremely bright outside and your camera can easily be overwhelmed when you're trying to have good camera settings. Well, that ND filter is essentially going to block the sun a little bit so that the sunlight doesn't quite reach into the lens and therefore get image that looks like this that's more natural. One of the most important gears that they should look into is video lights, specifically a 60-watt class, 100-watt class, and a 200-watt class. If they're planning on just filming inside their bedroom, a 60-watt class is more than enough. I'm currently being lit by a 60-watt light, and it's only at approximately 16% of its full potential output. So that kind of gives you an idea that 60 watts for indoors is more than enough inside their bedroom. However, if their YouTube hustle is going to be working with clients and they have no idea what the lighting situation might be like inside of a room, they're gonna want more power than less. So in this case, I would highly suggest you check out a 200 watt, as that should cover most filming situations. The second most important piece of kit when it comes to video is audio, in which case the Rode Wireless Pro is easily the best value for money in 2023. They're gonna get 2 wireless microphones that have a very professional lapel mic that they can wire in should they wanna do that, or has a built-in microphone if they wanna just place it around. Not only that, it has internal recording, so should anything ever happen while they're on the field, they have a backup recording as well. So if you know they don't have anything in the audio department, look no further than the Rode Wireless Pro. If they don't have a camera and you're planning to get them something this year to get them started, it could be very overwhelming trying to figure out which one's going to be the best. Well, I would highly suggest the Osmo Pocket 3, the Creator Combo. This thing has everything. It's going to give them a small little gimbal camera, which means their footage is going to be very still if they decide to walk around outside or just in general when they're filming their B-roll. It also has a wireless microphone that directly talks to it, so you're already good on the audio department there. Not only that, that piece of audio also has internal recording. Should something go wrong, they'll always have a backup. And the cool feature about this thing is because of its gimbal nature, you can tell it to follow you around as they're walking around in the frame, therefore making their content more interesting. If they already have their camera, their lights, and their audio, then maybe you want to take a look at their computer situation. If their computer is maybe about 6 years old or older, it might be time to upgrade. In which case, if they're an Apple person, any of the newest Apple computers from about 2 to 3 years ago that are labeled M1, M2, or M3, those computers are going to be amazingly fast. You just want to make sure that they have at least 16 gigabytes of memory, as that's going to be a nice base for them to edit on. For me, I use an M1 computer with 16 gigabytes of memory, and it has been working flawlessly for me for the last 3 years. If you have a very specific gift question, go ahead and leave me a comment. I will try to get to it as fast as I can, hopefully just in time for you to purchase it so it can get to you before the holidays. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.